Week 4, what's more likely? We've done this before here, Chris. Kind of a way to preview, an early preview of some of the games and talk about some of the weird trends that have happened the previous week. Let's start with...
I don't know about you, but this is the first time, I don't look forward too much. I mean, I kind of know some of the big games.
No, Sam, this is the final recap day.
Today is the day where I'm finally we're going to look at some games here, and I promise you, I'm getting my first reaction.
Which is great. That's the point of this.
Yeah, okay,
this is
good.
What? Right. Rather than I've watched 49 snaps of them in man coverage, and I'm telling you, this is like a little bit more natural. Okay. We like to do both here. All right, Sunday Night Football, the Packers. It's Micah Parsons' return to Dallas. The Packers are 2-1. Dallas is 1-2. Micah Parsons has 2+ sacks, or Rashawn Gary does, is our first what's more likely.
Yeah. You got to think. Okay, I'm going to go with Rashawn Gary.
You want the context of why? People listening might be like, why that?
Everything in your text and all of that.
People might be like, why the is that a question? Well, Parsons has 1.5 sacks this season. He does have a team high 15 total pressures. Rashawn Gary has 4.5 sacks this year.
I know. And he's a damn good player. And we've all forgot talking about
it. Yeah, no. He's just totally forgotten, man.
I'm single every time. Nobody ever chips me or doubles me.
I love my life.
This is amazing. Yeah. Right? So, I mean, it is awesome. And I love Rashawn Gary. He's from Jersey. I've been watching him since he was in high school. But, to your point, too, with Micah Parsons, right? I know on Sunday I was like, wow, that was the first time in a while I just felt like, Myles Garrett was the best player on the defense that day. Even better than Micah Parsons. And as rarely I say that, but you sent a text out, and go ahead, give us some of that info there as far as Micah Parsons still in that game the other day against that Browns offense was all over the place with pressures and everything.
That's the thing with Micah Parsons. It goes so much further than the sacks. Right. I mean, you just look at him and he generates. And the thing is, teams, and I mean, you're a quarterback, quarterbacks look before the snap and they go, well, if he gets off the ball as fast as I think he's going to get off the ball.
You're peaking right away.
You treat him differently. That's the point. Yes. So when you look at him right now, I mean, even against the Browns, he still had 2 quarterback hits and 3 hurries.
Yep.
Against the Commanders the previous week, he had a sack, 2 quarterback hits, and 5 hurries. And keep in mind, he started the year on a pitch count.
Yeah.
But his snaps have gone from 30 to 47 to 51.
Yeah.
So
it's
amazing.
Coming.
It's coming.
Only reason I'll go with Rashawn Gary here is I feel like Jerry Jones is going to be like, whatever you do, do not let Micah Parsons go off on us. I don't care if we lose 52 to nothing. We're not going to let Micah Parsons get 5 sacks today, right? So I guess there's that. And hey, they do have a little bit of an advantage of, they know the player. So those old linemen, they're not going to be as shocked about as maybe other teams that haven't got to experience Micah Parsons yet. So you're going to make me pick one or the other. I'm going to go with Rashawn Gary.
Yeah, but maybe Green Bay on the flip side goes we really want to show off.
Maybe.
We're going to do the craziest stuff we can to get him a couple a couple of free runs on a stunt. All right, the next one, the Eagles, who are 3-0, are at Tampa Bay, who's 3-0 by the skin of their teeth. The Bucs have had a game-winning drive from Baker Mayfield all 3 games at the end. Yep. Baker Mayfield. All right, so what's more likely? Baker Mayfield has over 300 pass yards or under 200. His last 2 games against the Eagles, 342 passing yards a game, 5 touchdowns, 0 picks. But the reason this question exists, the Eagles haven't allowed a 200-yard passer yet this season.
Yeah, this is a good one here. I like this question. We got no Mike Evans.
Right.
Chris Godwin might be coming back this week.
You would think, because why wouldn't you put him on IR for the first 4 weeks if he wasn't coming back this week?
There's those inklings out there that it seems like they're going to do that.
Right.
So, I'm going to go under 200 yards.
Wow.
I am. Here's the other aspect. The Tampa Bay O-line. Let's say I think we're going to get Wirfs back, right?
That's the point. He didn't go on IR either.
But we're going to still miss 2 other guys, I think, on the offensive line.
Gadecki and Mock are both on IR.
Right. So that's where I look at it and go, if you're going to make me pick one or the other, I don't think they're throwing for 300 on Philadelphia's defense or above 300. I'm going to go below the 200 mark, right? And that's not easy to say. But, I think that they're going to have to be careful about how much they drop back, how long they hold the ball, with the injuries on that line, with this defensive line coming to town. And yeah, I think the Eagles, the one thing they've showed me here through 3 games is that their secondary is damn good and they're mixing it up the right way. So, yeah, tough one there, but I'm going to go under the 200 yards.
This will definitely be the biggest test for Emeka Egbuka because it's nice life when you have Mike Evans across you. Right. And Emeka Egbuka's been amazing.
Yes.
But he might get treated a little differently in this game depending on how much Chris Godwin can go.
I would think so. He might get either the doubles or he's going to get the Quinyon Mitchell treatment.
The island.
I mean, it could something there, but you're right. They're going to try to take him away.
Our next one is kind of the something's got to give. The Ravens are 1-2. They're at Kansas City, who's 1-2. Raise your hand if you thought that would have been the case 3 weeks into the season. I don't think anybody would raise their hand. Patrick Mahomes has more rushing yards than Lamar Jackson, or vice versa. Keep in mind they are first and second in quarterback rushing yards this season. Mahomes has 125. Lamar has 118.
It's incredible. They're both the legs are gonna be a big part of their game here. I'm gonna go with Jackson. And my reason is really just because of, I think, how the defenses are going to attack. I think Baltimore is going to be able to play zones and keep eyes on Mahomes because they're going to be like, I don't think you guys run the ball that good. You're not Detroit. You're not going to just be able to do that on us, right? So that's where I kind of look at it as not being as a big a factor as, not having to load the line of scrimmage and worry about that. So I think that lends to, more eyes on Mahomes, and he can't scramble as much. The other side of that is I go, Baltimore can run the ball, and Kansas City knows that. This is not going to be the Giants game. So they're going to have to get into situations where they're going to load the box and play man-to-man. And to me, that's when it becomes scary for Lamar running the ball, right?
If he gets free,
he gets free, breaks one little, one guy gets out of their rush lane, or they blitz too aggressively and he just gets outside the pocket. It's like, who's going to be there now? You guys got all these people in here worried about Derrick Henry, and your man-to-man was Zay Flowers and Bateman down the field, and there's nobody looking for Lamar. So I'll go with Lamar just because of that element.
The Vikings, who are 2-1, they're at Pittsburgh, who's also 2-1.
Yeah.
What's more likely, the Vikings defense forces 2+ turnovers, or the Steelers defense does? Vikings forced 5 takeaways last week against Jake Browning's Bengals. They have 7 on the season. The Steelers forced 5 takeaways last week at New England.
It's amazing.
These are 2 teams that are clearly just built on the backs of their defense. So this will probably be Carson Wentz against Aaron Rodgers.
No, it's definitely Carson Wentz.
I don't think McCarthy is going to be ready.
I don't think he's
yet.
even close from what I know a little bit.
Okay.
I think it's a little ways away. It's a high ankle sprain or something of that nature.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
These teams might run the ball or try to run the ball so much. Do you think either team gets to?
Well, I hear you there. I'm going to say that the Steelers D gets the 2 turnovers.
Okay.
Because Aaron Rodgers is going to watch the film last week and go, wait, we can beat these guys as long as I don't this up or do something stupid here, right?
He played them in London last year.
Right.
So he just saw Flores' Minnesota.
So he's going to know a little bit. Right. That's a good point by you. And I think he'll know what he's dealing with and how crazy that defense can be in coverage. And I believe he's going to be careful. So I just have more faith in Rodgers, I guess, what I'm telling you, than Carson Wentz. The Steelers' defense isn't nearly as creative or crazy as what the Vikings do. But I'm going to play the fact of Carson Wentz, this type of game, things won't be as easy. There's going to be a little more pressure on him to make plays. The Steelers defense is going to get a little bit better, I think, each week. I'm hoping for that. They've been making plays really throughout the year so far to this point. I'm going to go with the Steelers D forces the 2+ turnovers.
The Browns 1-2 at Detroit, who is now 2-1 after beating the Ravens. What's more likely, Jared Goff is sacked 3+ times or not at all? Jared Goff has not been sacked the last 2 weeks, but he did take 4 sacks week 1 against the Packers.
Yeah.
The Browns are 3rd in the NFL with 11 sacks. They had 5 against Green Bay last week.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 3+ here. Yeah. I just think and it's not that I just think they're going to steamroll here. I just think Detroit's the type of team that's they're to anybody they play. They're kind of like, you, we're going to do what we do. We're good enough to still throw the ball down the field and all that. And I think you'll have a few times where, the pass rush wins, but also a few times where he's going to drop back and they're going to be like, I think we know what coverage is. What? This is not the coverage I thought it was. Hold on. And that's kind of what happened in the Packer game. I think coverage got him a few times, and then it was like, oh, wait, I can't throw it there, and then the pocket collapses. So I'll go with the 3+ times, but 4 sacks is a lot for that Lions offensive line. We're That's gutsy one right there.
Our last one, the Colts, the undefeated Colts with Indiana Jones. They are at the Rams, who are 2-1. What's more likely, Jonathan Taylor has under 80 rushing yards or over 120. Jonathan Taylor leads the NFL with 338 rushing yards through 3 games, but the Rams held Saquon Barkley to just 46 rushing yards last week.
It's a match-up league. It's a match-up league. And don't just look at it and go, oh, one week they stopped this team, the next week they should stop that team in that same area. No. You're able to stop Saquon because you played Philadelphia, and you go, well, they don't do much in the passing game, so we can take some chances, right? We have a good feel when 2 receivers are in this split right here. We kind of know which direction they go. So let's get a lot of people to the line of scrimmage, and we can kind of play a 3-on-2 zone over these 2 receivers over here and all that. They're not going to be able to do that against the Colts. The Colts, if you're too aggressive and we're going to be in your face, run defense, and do all that stuff, they will expose you down the football field, right? So, again, 120 is a lot, but I think he's going to go over 80, and if you're going to make me pick either one of these two, I'm going to say, yes, it's over 120, because I think the Rams are going to look at this too. For one, we know the Colts got a good O-line. They do. Steichen puts you in more schematical binds than the Eagles do, and I think because of that, that's going to lead, like, the Rams are going to watch film this week and go, damn, I mean, the Colts, when they drop back to pass, it's like 25, 30, 45-yard throw every freaking time. Like, they're attacking. We can't, like, get up in the face and get up the line of scrimmage like we did against the Eagles and just do that. Or rush 5 or 6 and have them there to stop the run and have these big windows in the passing game. Like, Steichen will run some play action and they'll protect it, and we'll have Tyler Warren and Alec Pierce down the field, and there'll be huge holes, and Danny Dimes is going to hit it. So I'm going to play that he gets over 120 here, even though that's going out on a major limb.
And to aid your belief, another reason he gets these numbers is last week against Tennessee, he had a 46-yard run.
Right.
And then the week before that against the Broncos, he had a 68-yard run.
He usually breaks off a big one.
He generally, once upon a time, he was a New Jersey track star, Jonathan Taylor. And then when you watch him on the NFL field, you're like, oh, yeah, I forgot how fast
I know. He's, to me, the most under-the-radar, under-talked-about offensive superstar in the league. Like, I don't, and I've had this conversation a few times lately where I just go, we talk about all the great running backs, and sometimes he gets left out of the conversation. I want to go, man, he's as dangerous as they come.
I think the 2 things that have worked against him that are finally not is, 1, getting banged up, which has been kind of bad luck injuries more than like he's injury prone. The second thing is
McCourty said,
the quarterback challenges depth of the field
100
that he has room to run.
Exactly right.
Like, it's that simple.
Exactly. Ask Saquon Barkley when he was with the Giants. Exactly right.
The same exact thing.
Exactly right. I love these stories. I love these type of stories where people just blame one guy and you go, no, come on. It's the ultimate team sport. They need a little help, even when you're a freak of nature like Jonathan Taylor. Yo, homies, it's time to watch some games. That's right. We're on to the NFL season here with Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, Sunday night recaps after every game, and much, much more.
Thanks for watching. Peace out, homies. Remember, subscribe. Peace out.